Traditional masculinity is outdated. It holds us back. Or the classic, men need to soften up and get with the times. Men need to be more emotional and open up. But let me ask you something. How's that working out? How's society doing without strong, grounded, masculine men leading the way? You don't need a textbook or a political debate to see what's happening. Just look around. The truth is, traditional masculinity isn't the problem. It's the solution. It's always been. And if society wants to thrive again, it needs men like you to step up, not step back. This isn't about going backwards. It's about returning to principles that work. Discipline, courage, accountability, and responsibility. Traits that built families, protected communities, and made men dangerous in the best ways possible. If you're ready to stop waiting and start building yourself into the man that this world needs, then my private coaching program is where it begins. Inside, I work directly with men who are serious about mastering their minds, leading with clarity, and becoming pillars of strength in their own lives, in addition to fitness, finances, as well as personal development. Use the first link in the description to join. Let's rebuild what weak culture has tried to tear down. Now let's get into it. Here's why masculinity is the foundation of every thriving society. 1. Strong societies are built on male discipline, not emotion. Discipline is the backbone of every successful society, not just laws, not just systems. Discipline on an individual level. And that discipline has almost always come from men who were trained to think, act, and lead in a structured, deliberate way. That's what traditional masculinity emphasizes. Discipline isn't just waking up early or hitting the gym. It's controlling your impulses, delaying gratification, holding the line when everything around you gets emotional, chaotic, and weak. A disciplined man isn't easily swayed. He doesn't break under pressure. And he certainly doesn't fold when life gets hard. That's the kind of man who keeps order when others lose their heads. You see, modern culture has pushed the message that men should make decisions based on feelings, but feelings change. And when men start prioritizing comfort over responsibility, the foundation cracks. That's how empires fall, not from outside invasion, but from internal weakness. Traditional masculinity doesn't just tolerate discipline, it demands. It trains men to be calm in storms, steady in conflict, and focused when distractions are everywhere. And that's not just good for the individual, it's good for everyone around him. Your discipline becomes your wife's security, your children's direction, your community's anchor. You want a better world? Then build better men. Men who are stable, sharp, and strong because they've mastered themselves first. That starts with living like a man whose word means something and backing it with every action every day. Traditional masculinity creates order in a world addicted to chaos. There's a reason every thriving society has strong masculine structures, from military ranks to family hierarchies to moral codes. Men have always been responsible for building and maintaining order. And when those masculine structures fail, what follows isn't freedom, it's chaos. Modern culture has tried to convince you that structure is oppressive, that rules are outdated, that roles are restrictive. But look around. Or does it look confused, disoriented, and spinning out of control? Traditional masculinity embraces order, not because it wants to control everyone else, but because a man can't lead without it. Order starts in your personal life. Are you organized? Are your standards clear? Do people know what to expect from you? Or are you floating through life hoping things just work out? A masculine man brings clarity, he brings boundaries, he brings decisions and sticks to them. That kind of structure doesn't limit people around him, it gives them direction. It makes women feel safe. It gives children something to rely on. And it forces other men to rise. When masculine order is present, society can focus on progress. Without it, people fall into survival mode, reacting to every emotional wave in crisis. So don't let the world fool you into thinking that masculinity is the problem. Weak men cause chaos. Strong men prevent it. Your structure, your order, your consistency. That's what holds the line when the rest of the world falls apart. Traditional masculinity produces real leaders, not performers. In today's world, a lot of men think leadership means being loud, posting opinions, getting attention. But real leadership, the kind that moves nations and transforms families, has never been about performance. It's been about responsibility, character, and strength. And that's exactly what traditional masculinity trains you to develop. A masculine man doesn't lead because he wants followers. He leads because he has no choice. He's built himself into a man capable of carrying the weight. And that weight becomes leadership by default. Today, we have an abundance of males, but a shortage of men. You've got grown men avoiding responsibility, blaming society, and hiding behind comfort. And yet the world still expects results. Families still need direction, and communities still need structure. That void is where you step in. Traditional masculinity teaches you that leadership isn't optional, it's expected. Whether you're leading your household, your team, or just yourself, you set the tone. And when you don't, chaos moves in. Silence is never neutral. It's either the seed of stability or the start of destruction. And inside my private coaching program, we don't build talkers, we build leaders. Men who know how to command respect, keep their word, and build something that lasts. If you're ready to stop performing and start leading, then use the first link in the description and join us. This isn't for men who want to look like they're winning. It's for men ready to take ownership of every aspect of their lives and actually win. Because here's the truth. People follow strength. They follow clarity. They follow a man who's already following a code. Be that man. 4. Masculine responsibility holds civilization together. Responsibility is not a buzzword. It's the invisible glue that holds everything together. And for centuries, that responsibility has been carried by men. You've heard the saying, heavy is the head that wears the crown. The crown has always belonged to the man willing to accept responsibility, not just for himself, but for everyone who depends on him. Traditional masculinity doesn't see responsibility as some kind of burden, though sometimes it does feel like it. He sees it as an honor. A man who owns his decisions, protects his people, and takes accountability, regardless of how he feels, is rare. But he's also the man everyone respects, even if they don't say it, and even when they don't agree with him. Modern culture tells you, do what makes you happy. Traditional masculinity tells you, do what's right, especially when it's hard. And that's the mindset that builds legacies. You want to change the world? Start by changing how you carry your responsibility. Show up early. Do the hard things. Stop outsourcing your problems. Stop playing the victim. Your life is yours. And when you act like it, you become the kind of man who stabilizes the world around him and himself. Men who avoid responsibility might be liked, but they're never respected. And the world doesn't need more likable men. It needs more men willing to carry the weight, take the hit, and do what others can't and won't. If you're still looking for purpose, look no further than your own responsibility. That's where your strength is forged. Traditional masculinity creates a standard future generations can follow. You're not just living for today. Every move you make is building a blueprint, whether you like it or not. And the next generation is going to follow it. So the real question is, what are you leaving behind? Traditional masculinity has always understood legacy. Men used to think generationally. They don't just work hard to buy things. They build standards that outlast them. And those standards shape nations. Right now, we're watching what happens when men stop thinking about legacy. Boys grow up confused, girls grow up unprotected, and values collapse. The result? A lost generation looking for strength they've never been shown. You've got a chance to change that. You could be the first strong man in your bloodline, the first to build something solid, the first to live with intention, train with discipline, and speak with purpose. That's what traditional masculinity does. It doesn't just create a better man. It creates a ripple effect that lasts for decades. It sets a tone that becomes unshakable. It makes you the kind of man people remember, and not just for what you've said, but for how you lived. So the next time someone tries to shame masculinity, remind yourself, You're not just living for you, you're building the standard others will follow or fall short of. Be the one who raises the bar. Traditional masculinity isn't dead. It's just buried under decades of confusion and fear. But you know what hasn't changed? The need for strong, capable, grounded men. The kind of men who carry responsibility, build structure, lead with honor, and set standards for everyone around them. And if you're ready to become that kind of man, not just in theory, but in practice, then join my private coaching program today. We don't deal in surface level advice. We build discipline, confidence, clarity, and long term strength from the ground up in the most specific ways possible. Use the first link in the description down below and take the first step toward living like the man you were born to be. Because a thriving society doesn't happen by chance. It happens when strong men lead it. And I'll see you on the other side.